Kia ora, Poppy here from Aotearoa, commonly known as New Zealand, talking about the Mayan energies, particularly 10 reed, because we have a full moon tonight in that energy. Well, it's at just after 8 p.m. in New Zealand, and it's actually 10 reed, and I have been looking at all the time systems, and time has been very thrown out by other agendas and other calendars. Okay, so all around the world this full moon will come with its power and energy because human consciousness gives so much power and energy to the moon, even though to me it's a real sideline compared to Papatūānuku, our Mother Earth, and Ranganui, our Father Sky, which we need to be in alignment with. Okay, I've had a lot of trouble with the moon, and I've had to heal that recently. Now, the Mayan calendar is not set around the moon. If it poses as being set around the moon, it's probably the dream spell, which is not the true Mayan calendar. It's only based upon the Zolkeen, and it's a new system that was introduced by Jose Aguilares, which became incredibly popular and confused. So close to this epoch, but it got confused with the true time Mayan calendar. And there's just so many things in creation which have been usurped by artificial or illusional means, like false calendars, languages, all sorts of things that have posed as being real when they are not. So 10 reed is really important. So 10 is a very challenging energy, and the reed is like the reed plant, which is very strongly anchored into the earth, planted with others, homes and communities, reaching up to heaven, coming from a seed. We're in the seed trecena. This is a trecena of awareness. Okay, so we're actually really in a time where we are separating from illusion. And while many people are caught in the illusions and chosen to stay in the illusions and even taken the medicine that can keep them in the illusion. So we're in this night wave here, night wave in 11 dragon. Okay, so this is actually a birthing gateway, a birthing of ourselves to be the authentic, true me. And it's actually a fertile and reflective time of loving and serving. So 10 reed, you can see it down there, rising up from the bottom of the night wave. And it's so interesting that it ends on 2 knife. And 2 knife in the earth trecena nonetheless, which is really the cutting away of illusion. So 2 is about truth and illusion, and we have so much of it. And so these are the energies, and I want to include this today. Thank you, Sean Caulfield, who has been a mentor, and this is off Dr. Carl Kellerman's work of the 9th waves. So when you look at this here, so we're right at the top, which started on the 9th of March. And if you look at the front, this is on the right here, we have the unitary favors frontal lobe. Okay, we had that in this regional underworld as well, which was the shamanic era, and that was before duality. So everything was in harmony at that time. And then the national underworld happened, and this is when the first writing started. So writing, words, word spells. 3 days ago, I think it was 3 days ago, there was a Russian artist who built a replica of the Tower of Babel. So Babel represents the word. And to me, my understanding and what I'm intuiting is that the Tower of Babel, which uncannily looks like the beehive Parliament building in my country, was a structure, a little bit like a beehive, and a very energetic vortex, I would say. And this was called the Tower of Babel, where there were so many different languages, and I think that it came in this era where legislation came. And then, you know, all of a sudden the pen was more mighty than the sword. Now the pen, or legislation, controls just about everything that has happened in our world, which has kept this world in slavery. It is indeed the matrix, which has harnessed this world. And our way out and through is to be the pillar, like in 10 read, the pillar that has our feet planted in firmly into Papatūānuku, our Mother Earth, and our head reaching for the sky, ranganui, with our heart centered in the middle. And when we are really aligned, and this is a physical basis, a physical foundation, then we have access to divinity, the spiritual. So we are a soul, we have a physical body, and we have access to spirit or divinity when we are aligned with both of them. And it's really, really important. So why is it so important? Okay, today I had a triggering experience, and I believe I was meant to have this triggering experience because it needs to be said. Okay, legislation has covered up the satanic regimes that have come from the papacy, the blood sacrifice of children, and this is what is underlying our current agenda. The Russians, I believe, have sent a message to the world in burning the replica of the Tower of Babel that we are ending this regime. Now, we have a war. The Ukrainian people have done nothing wrong. But there are global people, or they call themselves the global elite, like they are better than everybody, because they've harnessed more energy than anybody in the form of commerce and through their satanic worships, which have come through the papacy, which came through the Roman Empire, which came through the Babylonian slave-driven techniques, everything that started in this 6th wave called the national underworld, the Dark Ages. Okay, so we are at this time now where we have had to have all of these traumatic experiences to experience separation so that we can come into mastery, and to come into mastery we come into unity. Now, unity is an inside job. I had to get down to the bottom of something I hated and some anger that I had not cleared. We're all going to have things that are coming up at the moment because this is a great purge. It's a massive purging. When we are birthing, we are releasing an old state and entering a new state. Now, this old state has been fraught with separation, duality, trauma, satanic practices that have affected our whole planet. And she is releasing herself. And so we may release ourselves with her or not. I go on and on and on about this, I know. But this alignment, which comes from our physical basis and our physical well-being and our health practices of being completely in our body, loving all of our body, attending to our body, loving ourselves, then we love others and we can attend to others and be with others in a very wholesome and healthy way where there's no more sexual depravity, there's no more sexual using, there's no more energy grabbing, and that's over. So when we come into inner unity into ourselves, we come into the fullness of health for ourselves. So with this full moon energy, these are the energies that are here for us right now. We have this amazing opportunity to really, really, really go into unity. It's actually like running a marathon. It's a compulsory marathon that we've chosen to run. And every now and then we can be so exhausted and we come down. I have really amazing friends that inspire me and keep me going. And they're friends from around the world. There's friends that are planted in different places in the world that are holding this energy wherever they are. They know that they are kaitiaki, or guardians of that place that they are in. They are earth lovers, earth keepers. And this is the energy of 10 Reed. Just a flock of birds caught my attention. Our connection with Earth is paramount. We have to return to her and return to her ways. So the agenda of COVID has shocked and traumatized and coerced and deceived many people, many beautiful souls. I feel an enormous amount of sadness as I see some of those souls being uncharacteristic to the person that I knew before, and saying things which are totally out of character, or having behaviours which I know are not them. It's just like the archontic hosting that has happened with possession when people haven't been in their bodies. So, you know, trauma throws us out of our bodies. And so to heal, we have to come fully into our bodies. When we come fully into our bodies, we can come up against body memory that needs to be cleared. And so we may feel like we are tossed from pillar to post in some ways. So we need to love the light as much as the dark. We need to love the pain as much as the pleasure. We need to love the despair as much as the bliss, because we bring that into balance and harmony within ourselves. We've all taken on something. We have to stop the blood sacrifice and the raping of babies. This is what's underneath everything. Okay, it happened to me, and I mean, I also am aware that I can't just keep dragging up this past, and I'm not dragging up this past. I'm just saying our dedication, our commitment to this planet, for everything that we do to restore our well-being and to restore our health and to gain our alignment, we are saving children. And so I compel you, I guess, look, I've been really triggered today because I just got the scent and got the wind of another baby who's not safe. And, you know, and I just want to save that baby, but I can't, because that baby's within the system and I'm not even supposed to know about this. I just saw it. I saw it, I perceived it intuitively. I'm holding that little baby in my heart and I'm praying for her. This is where we need to share our cosmic love. This is where our sun flaring is helping us. This is where the rising frequency of us and our planet is starting to stop these depravities, this duality, this separation, this disconnection, this trauma from happening. We are the ones that actually stop it by being these pillars, these human pillars between earth and heaven, as we once were before disconnection, when we just knew peace and harmony. We knew all the medicines of the plants, we knew everything. We were so connected with the earth that we had knowledge and access to everything that we needed at any time. So I'm really encouraging you to return to be one. I thank you for being one with me. I love you, and peace be with you. May we birth into the beauty and the bliss of the oneness that we really are. I'm feeling so much of it, between that and clearing old things that come up. Don't be disillusioned as something comes up for healing. Embrace it, face it, come through it. Know that the divine is with you and that it is helping you to come through your experience, and so it is. So much love. E tu kahikatea. Stand tall like the kahikatea tree, or stand tall, planted like a reed. With others, commune with your people. Inspire one another. Let's lift the last of this off. Let's cut the umbilicus of the old world and birth our being. We are. It takes as long as it takes, and we will get there. So, love and blessings to you.